Um, so the fact is that communication is hard. What we say sometimes doesn't get understood, and what is understood could be totally different from what we had said that. So we need to find ways to communicate better so that our intent and what we are trying to say is understood. And then the actions that take place after that due to communication are better. So better outcomes, if we want better outcomes, we need to be able to communicate better. And communicates, a lot of times people misunderstand even the word communication. It doesn't just mean that you are saying something to somebody, but it's also understanding what the other person is saying. And a lot of misinformation and misunderstanding can happen because of that. So today we're going to learn about how to do some of that. Okay. So let's talk about information flow. How does information flow from one person to the other or from one person to a group? So we have so I put together this slide to kind of understand how this happens. So bear with me, some of this may sound a little bit theoretical, but if you think about it, I think you'll understand the concept, right? So most of us, or all of us, we don't think in words immediately. Ideas come to us as a concept, it could come as a feeling, um, it could come in the form of a sensual thing. Um, so we think in concepts. Our mind, the way it is built, we think in concepts. Then what happens is that inside our heads, those thoughts which are in concepts, they get converted to words. And then we communicate that to other people, those words. Again, if some of it could be like you have a feeling that is going through your mind, and then you're saying that through your words, but if your body language doesn't match the words that you're saying, then it could be, the person is not going to get the whole complete meaning. Like if you say, I'm very excited about today, right? The words are, I'm excited about today, but my body language shows that I am down, and it just doesn't come through. So those words get conveyed through multiple ways. Then what happens? You had a concept in your mind converted that into words, and now you've had those come out of your lips. The person who's listening will receive the words. They have no idea what are the thoughts behind the word. They have no idea what the original concept you were thinking of, but it's the words that they receive, right? And if the words were Mary had a little lamb, and they understood it totally different, then there is a problem there. So then what happens? The person receives the words, then the words get converted to thoughts. So that's where they're internalizing that message, and they're thinking through the words that they have heard. And now they are extracting a meaning out of those words. And once that happens, then they understand the concept. So for example, if I am thinking um, of snow. Katrina and I were just talking about snow this morning in DC during the inauguration. So while I was talking to her, and she said, "How are things in DC? How are the roads and stuff?" So that, my mind went straight to a feeling, a memory of seeing snowfall through the window, and that converted into words. And I told Katrine, "Yeah, it snowed for a couple of minutes, and then then there was sunshine." And she said, "Yeah, I was thinking about people sitting there must have been so cold." And so it started as a thought, it went into words. Then I told her, she received the words, and then she internalized it. And the whole meaning she got out of it was, yeah, it's cold, and I wonder how people are sitting out there. So the point I'm trying to make here is that um, we don't think in words. A lot of times we think that, our minds process things in words. No, they don't. It's concepts, words, they get conveyed. So you basically, it gets coded, decoded, and coded again. So that's how the mind works. Now, what could go wrong here? Right? We saw a very simple flow chart here. And the problem is that the message sent is often not the message received. A lot can go wrong in translation because there are so many different parts to it. If you don't do a good job of communicating, if you don't do a good job of understanding what your mind is thinking, and if they don't get the message properly, a lot is lost. So, it's almost is like our brain wants to think in, ones and zeros, but it's not like that, right? So it doesn't get received in the same way. So here's a quote from Tim Urban on that. So